Hello, Santa.
Remember that blue glow on the wall, the TV hum, the shag carpet, everyone squeezed on one couch? We thought those Christmas nights would last forever, but some shows didn't. Tonight, we're unwrapping 24 Christmas cartoons from the 60s and 70s that networks quietly packed away, some by accident, some on purpose. One vanished over a single Bible verse. One was banned for being too sad. And one, yes, we're 17, featured a city bear no one's seen on TV since.
You have to have a knot at the end. You tie it for me.
Stay close, because the summer crossover will make you grin, the haunted Dickens short will give you chills, and the #1 pick explains why that whole lineup never truly came back. Keep watching till the end. I'll show you which lost Christmas special still hides in plain sight and the truth behind the night TV forgot Christmas. 24, A Pink Christmas, 1978. Pink Panther walks through snowy city streets, quiet as a cat in a library. No big speeches, just clever, gentle jokes and cool jazz sliding under the scenes. When I watched this, I remember the TV's warm glow on our shag carpet and the smell of tinsel and dust. I tried to copy his sneaky walk past the coffee table. It felt different from the noisy toy commercials, more like a Christmas postcard come to life. That calm vibe is why you don't see it much now. As holiday blocks got louder and faster, this one slipped away. Some years it pops up on niche channels or DVDs, but not often. If you find it, it's like opening a quiet gift. Soft lights, slow smiles, a pink wink in the snow. They don't air it much anymore, and that's a shame. Ready for a singing Scrooge that felt like Broadway in our living room and then quietly disappeared from TV nights?
'Twas right around Christmas, and as you can see, Arthur Treacher's giving gift certificates free.
23, The Stingiest Man in Town, 1978.
Away with you and your infernal Merry Christmas.
It's Scrooge!
This is A Christmas Carol, but as a big TV musical. Think choirs, bright lights, and Scrooge singing with ghosts. When I watched this, Dad turned down the house lights like we were in a theater. I can still hear Mom's wrapping paper crinkle during the songs. The camera moves slowly, letting costumes and candles shine. It feels grand, like Broadway came to our living room. Why don't you see it much today? TV schedules got tighter. Networks picked shorter, punchier shows. This one runs long and leans on music, so it got bumped for Rudolph and the Grinch. You might find it on old discs or rare marathons, but it's not a regular anymore. If you loved big choirs and golden voices, this was a December treat. Now it mostly sleeps in the vault, singing softly behind the door. We've had big voices and bright lights. Now let's slip into a quiet miracle with snow, candles, and a special that TV almost stopped showing. 22. The Night Before Christmas, cartoon, 1968.
I'll be back in a few days, in plenty of time for Christmas, and I'll bring you each a present.
This version feels like a storybook opening itself. Lines shimmer, stockings sway, and the clock says hush. When I watched this, I sat so close my breath fogged the screen. I traced Santa's sleigh with my finger and tried not to blink. There aren't big brand characters or toy tie-ins, just the poem set to gentle pictures and music. That's the magic and also the reason it's hard to find now. Without a famous franchise behind it, it got squeezed out by Rudolph, Frosty, and the Grinch. Schedules got crowded. This one slipped down the chimney and didn't come back. Sometimes you'll spot it in old collections, but regular TV, rare. If you want simple charm, paper, ink, and snow, you'll love it. It's one of those you'll never see again picks unless you hunt for it. Miss that simple, cozy glow? Let's go deeper into Dickens. Not Scrooge this time. A gentle one networks quietly packed away. '21. Santa and the Three Bears, 1970.
Anyone home?
Hiya, Mr. Ranger.
Whoops. Hey, look out!
A kid's eye memory, I remember this one like a warm cabin. The Ranger's Lodge looked just like our wood-paneled living room, and those two cubs didn't want to sleep, same as me. The TV sat in a walnut cabinet that hummed softly. Foil rabbit ears leaned like bent antlers. Mom brought cocoa that steamed up my glasses, and the room smelled like pine and orange peels. Snow on the screen felt fluffy, not cold, and the lantern light made the bear's fur glow. When Santa finally showed, I squeezed my pillow so tight the corduroy left lines on my cheek. Nothing was loud. The jokes were gentle, like a bedtime story by a crackling stove. Later, I didn't see it much. No big brand, slower pace, and holiday slots got crowded, so it became our quiet secret. If you find it now, play it late, lights low, it still feels like a hug.
Know what I got for Christmas? A bad cold. Picked up a cough over Los Angeles.
20. Cricket on the Hearth, 1967.
I must go to sea tomorrow.
For 2 years? It's just not fair.
Not Scrooge. This is Dickens' other holiday tale, with a little cricket guiding a family. The puppets shine like porcelain under firelight. When I watched this, I could hear our sets click as the channel knob settled, and the room felt warm as toast. The songs rise like tea steam, and the parlor scenes glow amber. It's slower, sweeter, and less famous than the big hitters. That's why you almost never see it now. Networks kept the top 4 or 5 specials and let the gentle ones fade. Rights moved around, blocks got shorter. This one ended up in the attic, but it still has that last cookie on the plate feeling. Small, kind, and worth saving. If you catch it, you'll remember how December used to sound. Soft singing, crackling heat, and a cricket's bright little hope. From parlor songs to space-tinged wonder. Next is the oddball Christmas visit you almost never see on TV anymore.
One from Uncle Charlie and one from Burger King.
This Christmas, your kids can have this colorful, cuddly Burger King doll.
19. A Cosmic Christmas, 1977.
How's it going, Santa Joe?
Not so fun, Peter.
Well, Merry Christmas anyway.
Snow falls on a sleepy town, and then 3 glowing aliens step out of the night like wise men from the stars. The shapes are sharp. The colors feel cool and blue. When I watched this, our rabbit ears were wrapped in foil, and the picture wobbled whenever a truck passed. I remember holding my breath when the spaceship hum began. It felt like Christmas in a sci-fi movie had a secret meeting. It didn't play every year, and later it barely played at all. Different rights, different countries, and bigger US specials crowding it out. Today it turns up in old tapes or deep cuts, but not on the big channels. If you ever find it, it's like spotting a comet over your own street. From stars to drums, the next one turns the manger world into an action map, and it mostly vanished too.
You again?
I have some last-minute gift problems.
Don't worry. Hickory Farms has over 100 gift packs.
18. The Little Drummer Boy, Book 2, 1976.
And drum and sticks. They were burned in the fire at the tax collector's camp. They were a gift from my poor father and...
The drum beat is quicker now. Aaron runs through stone gates and busy markets, trying to help when trouble finds the town. When I watched this, I tapped the coffee table with my fingers until Mom laughed and made me use a pillow. The miniatures, walls, steps, little carts, feel real enough to touch. It's a true sequel. More motion, fewer new songs. That's part of why you hardly see it today. TV kept the original and let this one drift. Schedules got tight. Marathons chose the first and skipped the second. You can still catch it on certain DVDs, but not much on TV. It's a brave, dusty, surprising follow-up. Now for the city bear some fans swear TV banished, neon lights, big windows, and then it disappeared.
They're on American greetings cards, gift wrap, party goods.
17. The Bear Who Slept Through Christmas, 1973.
There was a bear a Christmas or so ago whose curiosity was stronger than his instinct.
Most bears sleep all winter. Teddy Bear doesn't. He rides the subway, stares at store windows, and goes looking for Christmas in the big city. When I watched this, I felt grown up just seeing skyscrapers instead of toy villages. You can almost hear the steam from street grates and smell roasted nuts from a cart. People online say it was banned, but really it just slipped out of the big rotation. Rights moved, lineups changed, and newer specials took the slots. That's why you almost never see it now. For me, it felt like looking through a glass door at a warm party. Sweet, modern, and a little lonely. Now for Nestor, the long-eared donkey, tender, windy, and a rare TV visitor. 16. Nestor, the long-eared Christmas donkey, 1977.
Christmas Eve. Quietest night of the year up here at Santa's castle.
At first you giggle at those ears, then the wind howls, the desert goes dark, and you stop. When I watched this, I went very quiet, the kind of quiet where even the house listens. The sand looks like sugar, the stars look close enough to pluck. Nestor turns a flaw into a gift, and that message hits hard. But it's gentle and sad in places, and some stations chose lighter shows instead. Over the years it aired less and less. Now you mostly find it in special bundles or on discs. If you ever meet Nestor again, bring Coco and a blanket. It's soft, honest, and brave. Ready for a hush that shines brighter than tinsel? Watch what one gentle soul starts.
She's worth 50 cents at McDonald's, and a book of 10 costs only $5. Someone special.
15. Ziggy's Gift, 1982.
Today is the last shopping day till Christmas, folks.
Ziggy is quiet, kind, and a little clumsy, and at Christmas that's his superpower. When I watched this, the room smelled like pine and tape from wrapping paper. The TV glowed warm, and Ziggy's tiny nose made me smile. The colors feel soft, like crayons on thick paper. There's an old town street, a jingling tune, and small good deeds that snowball into something big. I remember holding my mug of cocoa with both hands and thinking, I want to help like that. You don't see it much now. It wasn't tied to a huge brand, and schedules got crowded with louder specials. Rights moved around too, so it slipped off the big channels. But the heart is strong, kindness, honesty, and a simple gift that matters. If you find it, watch it late, lights low. It's a gentle glow in a noisy season. We're leaving the desert for a summer carnival. Yes, Christmas in July. A wild crossover you hardly ever see anymore.
Don't pay for gift certificates. Get them free with a family pack. Coupons can save lots of money for you. On fish, on chicken.
14. Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July, 1979.
Can the kids watch your jumping practice?
Sure.
Millie, chili.
Okay, Daddy.
Fireworks instead of snowflakes, lemonade instead of cocoa, carnival lights everywhere. I remember sticky cotton candy fingers and that squeaky calliope tune in my head. Seeing Rudolph and Frosty under blazing sun felt like a secret level unlocked. Tents flapped, popcorn popped, and the Ferris wheel looked like a glowing halo. The story races like a roller coaster that refuses to slow down. It hardly airs now because it doesn't fit neat December slots. Networks kept the winter classics and let this sunny outlier drift away. Rights moved, schedules shrank, and it showed up less each. When I watched it, I kept a fan on my face, laughing anyway. It's strange, bright, and big-hearted. If you find it, enjoy the summer sparkle while Christmas heroes try to stay cool. Cool down. Next is a softer, frosty love story that TV often skips for the original.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. May your days be bright.
13. Frosty's Winter Wonderland, 1976.
Oh, gee, Crystal. I don't care if you're not all living.
This sequel feels like a warm mitten for your heart. When I watched it, I drew little hearts in window frost while Frosty met Crystal under street lamps. Snow floated like glitter, and the choir sounded like friendly mittens rubbing together. The story is softer than the first. Less chase, more cozy smiles. TV often picked the 1969 original and let this one nap. That's why you don't see it much now except in bundles or discs. Still, it's full of simple kindness. A scarf tug, a shared skate, a promise in cold air. I remember Cocoa Steam fogging my glasses, then giggling anyway. If you want gentle winter magic, this delivers. It's a sweet second verse that deserves another quiet night. Ready to switch calendars? Up next, Rudolph's New Year quest that didn't fit most Christmas blocks.
Wow, it's neat.
Try it out. I put in Duracell batteries.
Duracell.
12. Rudolph's Shiny New Year, 1976.
Gadzooks! I'm certain 'twas happy we saw.
Midnight is stuck, so Rudolph gets called to save the calendar. When I watched this, I kept checking our wall clock like it might join in. The world is delightfully strange. Islands of time, a huge vulture shadow, and a baby with ears so big the wind giggles. It sometimes aired near New Year's, not always Christmas week, so it slipped from regular holiday blocks. As schedules tightened, it popped up less often. You can still find it around December 31st if you're lucky. I remember fireworks in fog, bells ringing across snow, and Rudolph's red glow leading through darkness. It's hopeful, adventurous, and a little odd. If you enjoy holiday stories that wander, this one takes a charming detour. Now for a winter fairy tale, not exactly Christmas, which is why TV rotated in and out.
This season, your Bell Phone Center store suggests a present for the future.
Hello?
A genuine Bell telephone.
11. Jack Frost, 1979.
I thought she loved me.
This special turns winter into lace and glass. When I watched it, our porch steps squeaked with real ice and the TV showed prettier ice singing back. Jack falls for the human world and everything looks hand-carved from frost. The villain rides a clacking mechanical horse that made me laugh out loud. It isn't exactly Christmas, so channels rotated it in and out. Over time, it became a find-it-if-you-can treasure. I remember breath clouds puffing like tiny trains and sundogs shining over a white field. The art direction is the star, crisp edges, glittery shadows, and skies that glow. If you spot it, let the room go quiet. It's winter poetry with a grin. Time to go quiet and serious. A manger story many stations trimmed from their jingly 10. The Little Drummer Boy, 1968.
Let me go! Do you hear me? Let me go!
A small drum, a long road, and a boy learning grace. When I watched it, I tapped the couch arm so softly I felt wood under fabric. The stop-motion towns feel dusty and real. Clay walls, rope bridges, flickering firelight. It's more serious than the jingling crowd, which is why some stations trimmed it away. Still, it lands deep every time. Grief, kindness, and a gift that needs no ribbon. You'll see it in certain collections, not always prime slots. I remember the drum's steady rhythm calming the whole room. The message is simple and strong. Even small gifts matter. If you want quiet courage at Christmas, this is it. A gentle heartbeat in a loud season. Want the very first animated Christmas TV special? Next up is the pioneer many kids today never see.
There are so many genuine Bell phones and services, you may even choose a gift certificate. But come in soon.
9. Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol, 1962.
Cratchit! You had your call for the day, and there will be no more. Begging your pardon, sir.
Curtains open, stage lights glow, and there's Magoo playing Scrooge like it's opening night on Broadway. When I watched this, Dad turned off every lamp so the TV became our theater. The songs bounce, the jokes wink, and the spirits feel friendly, not scary. It was the first animated Christmas TV special in America, a real pioneer. But as years went by, newer hits took the big slots, and this one showed up less. Rights moved around, edits happened, and some channels just stopped saving time for it. I still hear the chorus when I wrap gifts. The music feels like warm cocoa. If you find a restored version, the colors sing again. It's a grand old show that many kids never catch now. Up next, a darker Dickens, a painterly version some stations barely touched.
The Van Heusen 417 dress shirt is a Gimbel's Wise Buy at 2 for $30.
8. A Christmas Carol, 1971.
A Merry Christmas, Uncle! God save you!
Humbug.
This one looks like moving pen and ink. London is smoky, candles flicker, ghosts feel real. When I watched it, I pulled the blanket to my nose because Marley's face gave me chills. The art is beautiful and a little scary, less jingle, more goosebumps. That mood is why you rarely saw it on kids' blocks. Some stations thought it was too intense, so it aired quietly or not at all. But wow, the craft. The drawings breathe, and the night feels cold enough to bite. It's a short, strong punch of Dickens that sticks with you. If you like your Christmas with a ghostly shiver, this is the one. Hard to find on big TV now, easier in special releases. Now we lighten the mood, a mouse-built clock, and a Poem TV seldom reruns.
When you give Mr. Coffee for Christmas, every delicious cup will be a reminder of your thoughtfulness for years to come.
7. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, 1974.
'Twas the night before Christmas.
Letters to Santa bounce back undeliverable, and a tiny family of mice must fix the town clock before Christmas. When I watched this, our wall clock ticked along like it wanted to help. The songs are merry, the gears glow, and the story says, try again, fix your mistake. It's sweet and tidy, but it got crowded out by the bigger Rankin Bass hits. Schedules shrank, rights shifted, this one slipped down the list. You still see it sometimes in a bundle, but not every year. I remember the warm brass of that clock and the soft squeak of mouse steps. It feels like a music box you wind once a season. If you find it, don't blink. Ready for the Origin of Santa, a classic that's still famous, but often...
Hello, I'm Orville Redenbacher. This is my favorite time of the year, when we Redenbachers get together to share the best of the season.
6. Santa Claus is Coming to Town, 1970.
Doggone thing always conks out when you...
Mailbags, toy workshops, and a narrator with a cozy voice guide us through how Chris became Santa. When I watched this, I tied a dish towel like a cape and marched around the living room. Burgermeister stomps, toys fly, and the song "Put One Foot in Front of the Other" makes your feet move. It's still known today, but airings changed. Length, edits, and rights made some channels shorten it or skip some years. You'll usually find it, though not always the same version. The miniatures shine like candy, and the snow looks good enough to crunch. It's the tale that built the Santa in our heads. If you catch a full cut, you'll grin. Now the year Santa almost took a break, and two singing brothers stole the show.
I just slice, shape, and bake.
And the cookies come out hot and fresh.
5. The Year Without a Santa Claus, 1974.
We're here on a special mission.
A secret mission.
A secret mission.
Santa says he's too tired, and the world goes gray until Heat Miser and Snow Miser dance in like a small Broadway. When I watched this, we sang their song so loud the dog howled. The numbers are catchy, the jokes are bright, and the message is simple. Kindness warms a cold day. It still shows up, but edits and rights changes mean some years feel hit or miss. Parts get trimmed, schedules juggle. Sometimes it's there, sometimes not. That's why some folks say you never see it anymore, even though it pops in and out. I remember the split screen sets, Red Hot and Icy Blue, and Mom laughing at the finger snaps. If you want pure 70s holiday fun, this is it. We're heading to a snowman with a magic hat, the simple classic that still melts hearts. 4. Frosty the Snowman, 1969.
A snow to make the happy happier and the giddy even giddier.
A silk hat, a chalk dust classroom, and whoosh! Frosty blinks alive. When I watched this, our window fogged from cocoa steam and I pressed a nose print on the glass. The train ride feels like a lullaby. Snow sliding past, kids bundled like marshmallows. Karen's little mitten in Frosty's big hand still gets me. It's a simple, bright story, which is why it stayed famous, but you'll notice changes. Over the years, edits, different narrations on re-releases, and shifting TV rights made some versions shorter or moved the airtime. Some seasons it's on a different channel, some it barely shows. That's why folks say you hardly see it anymore, even though it pops in and out. If you catch a clean print, the colors glow like gumdrops and the magic hat still works. Pure Seuss mischief, the green grump that hopped channels and sometimes vanished from local lineups.
We wish you special family moments, merry days and nights.
3. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, 1966.
You're a rotter, Mr. Grinch.
Drums Thump, who sing and a heart 2 sizes too small, plots a very noisy quiet. When I watched this, our living room smelled like pine, and I laughed at Max skidding down the mountain. Chuck Jones's lines bounce. Seuss's words snap like candy canes. It never left the culture, but it didn't always stay in one place. Rights moved, marathons changed, and some years local stations didn't have it. So yes, sometimes you blinked and missed it. The roast beast table still shines, and the heartgrow moment lifts the whole room. It's short, tight, and perfect. And that's why edits or awkward time slots feel extra noticeable. If you land the full cut, it's a treasure. Now the softest jazz-lit Christmas ever, famously simple, sometimes shuffled off big TV nights.
American Greetings wonders who you forgot to remember this year. What better time to say hello than Christmas, with friendly faces like Ziggy.
2. A Charlie Brown Christmas, 1965.
I'll take this little tree home and decorate it, and I'll show them it really will work in our play.
A small tree, soft jazz, and quiet that dares to be quiet. When I watched this, the room actually hushed. Just the click of our heater and the brush of wrapping paper. The imperfections are the charm, real kid voices, pauses that breathe, Linus's brave little speech. Over decades, rights shifted from network to network, then to streaming windows. Some years it showed once, some years not at all on regular TV, which made people say, "Where did it go?" That's the you'll never see again feeling, unless you know where to look. When it does appear, that final dance is pure December joy. It reminds you Christmas isn't loud, it's kind. And now the red-nosed North Star, beloved always, but often edited, moved, or trimmed over the years.
Hallmark presents Keepsake Ornaments for Christmas, 1978.
1. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, 1964.
'Twas the day before Christmas, and all through the hills the reindeer were playing.
Fog, a glow, and a march of misfits who decide their wrong is right. When I watched this, Yukon's pickaxe clang made our dog bark, and the island of misfit toys felt like a map of every kid, fear and hope. The miniatures sparkle. The songs are sticky sweet in the best way. It's the template for holiday TV, yet it hasn't been untouched. Different edits, restored scenes, and rights hops mean some years you saw a shorter cut or a different order. Other seasons, it aired at odd times or on a channel you didn't get, so it felt gone. But when the full version lands, the red glow lights the whole room. It's why we kept watching every December. Stick around for a bonus deep cut. 2 Dickens spirits, 2 styles, and 1 last surprise glow. Here we have 24 Christmas cartoon shows you will never see again. A warm rewind through 1960s Christmas and 1970s Christmas TV. If this hit your memory vein, tap subscribe and share it with someone who watched Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, A Charlie Brown Christmas, or How the Grinch Stole Christmas on a wood cabinet set. For more, cue up our deep dives into 1960s Christmas specials, 1970s Christmas specials, and the wild world of Rankin-based Christmas specials. Santa Claus is Coming to Town, The Year Without a Santa Claus, Heat Miser versus Snow Miser, and other classic Christmas cartoons that defined retro Christmas TV. Drop your #1 vintage Christmas memory in the comments, which one should return to air, and tell me what to cover next. Lost 1960s, 1970s Christmas commercials or forgotten Rankin bass oddity. Until then, Coco, Quiet Lights, and one more replay of the classic.